Alright, I'm back again. I said videos would be harder to do this year given my work situation, and we're already 5 games into the season, already 3 behind. So where have I been this time? Well, I had to ref Friday night, so I wasn't able to get Thursday's video out. Then I got sick, and I didn't want to do a video because first of all, I really wasn't feeling up to it, and second of all, it would have been really bad. My videos aren't the greatest as it is, but I put a lot of effort into them, and I don't feel good putting out videos that I don't feel is good content, and that wouldn't have been good content, so I held off. I hate getting sick, and this year, I couldn't even make it a month. With that said, I won't be sick again. This is it.
I can't control it. Besides, if I could, I wouldn't make you sick. I love to see your pain.
I wasn't talking to you.
Then maybe don't look at me when you're talking.
Even when I'm sick, this guy does nothing but troll. So, given the fact I'm behind and I'm still not quite fully together, this video is just going to be a recap about what has happened the last week. Then, we'll be back even, we'll be ready for the next game. Besides, after yesterday's game, what would I have had to talk about if I didn't combine it all? I'd already be finished the video. Like I said, we'll do things a little differently for this video. We'll chat a little bit about each game and about what's gone on, but we're not going to dig into each goal, and we won't see all the normal segments. How are the young guys now? I finally did it! I scored again! Quit taking penalties! The Sens are gonna blow this game! Way to tie up the stick in front. Not. Well done. Just well done. You better believe we're gonna be having a penalty chat at the end of this one. What a time to be alive! What a long and brutal season that was. This team, man! So let's start with the trade. So there I was, Monday evening, sitting in a hockey dressing room, getting ready to get on the ice and ref a hockey game when, ding! The Ottawa Senators trade a 2020 4th-round pick and 25-year-old career AHLer Nick Ebert to the New York Rangers in exchange for Vladislav Namestnikov and $750,000 in salary retention. What? Where did that come from? Apparently the Sens have been working on this trade for a while. But why? DJ Smith liked him, plus he could play a little bit of center, so it was a win-win. And, on top of that, it was another body, allowing some of the Sens' younger guys to go back to Belleville and to get more ice time down there. It seemed like a good trade, and the early results are positive. But I'm not going to lie, my first thought when I saw this trade was, are the Sens trying to be like the New York Yankees? They trade for the guy with the longest name in the league. Is their thought, hey, now we have a guy with a name so long that he can't have a nameplate. Let's remove them all and save the money. Hey, with this team, you just never know. And like I said, it would save them some money. But no, the Sens just did a good and not so they could just do a bad. That's like 4 good moves in a row. The Shabbat signing, the White signing, the Sabrin signing, and he's been just fine. And now the Namestnikov trade. That's got to be some kind of record. And speaking of records, that brings me to the Blues game, where the Sens set a record for the worst start in franchise history. Oh man, that Blues game. The Sens gave up 4 third-period goals and lost to the Blues 6-4. The Sens led the game 2-0 and 3-2, with the latter coming after 2 periods. It was the first time all season that the Sens led after 2 periods, so naturally, it was the first time all season that the Sens blew a lead after 2 periods. Now, I know it's the defending Stanley Cup champion St. Louis Blues, but a 4-goal third period? That's just terrible. Usually it's their second period that's awful. For some reason, in this game, it was their third. Honestly though, I thought it was a fine start from the Sens. Abramov got his first NHL goal, and Anisimov scored, because of course he did, to give the Sens a 2-0 lead. Before or after the first intermission? Thanks to some broken glass, it was kind of a little bit of both. But as the game wore on, the Blues started to take over. Yeah, I thought Ottawa started well, but they need to figure out a way to maintain that momentum over the course of the full game. I know they're not going to be able to keep the Blues at bay for a full 60 minutes, but they've got to do what they can to try. Speaking of which, what a great effort from the Sens in a 4-2 win over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Was it perfect? No. They did need a goalie interference call in the third period to bail them out, but it was blatant goalie interference, and I thought Ottawa played a really solid 60 minutes. And to be honest, I thought it was their most complete game of the season. Tampa Bay wasn't great in the game, but I thought Ottawa did a really good job of making it difficult on them, which is something they're going to have to do against every team this season if they hope to pick up some wins. Plus, it helps when the Sens get 3 goals and 5 points from the duo of Namestnikov and Cachet. And getting that depth scoring was even more obvious yesterday, when the Sens did absolutely nothing. That better be the most boring game of the season, because I couldn't sit through a more boring one. In fact, to be honest, I'm not even sure if you could get any more boring than that. Nothing happened. Oh yeah, the Sens lost 2-0 thanks to a third period goal and an empty netter. And honestly, that's all I have for the game. Nothing happened. If you didn't watch yesterday's game, you were lucky. I was offered tickets to the game, and I am so glad I didn't go. Could you imagine taking 6 or 7 hours out of your day to go watch the Sens, and the most exciting thing that happened is that 1.5 hour drive to the rink and then 1.5 hour drive home? Not my idea of a good time, but for the fans who did go, my credit. Holy man, that was boring. Next up, the Sens head out on a 3-game road trip, kicking things off in Vegas against former Sen Mark Stone and the Golden Knights. This game will be the first chance we get to see Stone playing against the Sens since last February's trade. And if this season is any indication, we don't want to see that. As of today, the Golden Knights are 4-2, and in those 6 games, Stone has 4 goals and 9 points. Plus, the Knights are 3-1 all time against the Sens. So, yeah, it's probably not going to go well. That's going to do it for this video. Hit like if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and please tell me, I'm always sick in the wintertime. How do I stop this from happening? See you Thursday night when the Sens visit the Vegas Golden Knights.